let's begin with today's session. In fact, before I begin today's session, I just want to make like a public announcement since, Noel was taking off his shirt and stuff, which reminds me that I actually have a very, very big commitment. Like one of the things I wanted to do is to do an Ironman. And today I actually committed to really, really, really training for it. So like one of the things I can do every single time I go to the gym is I can do the weights, I can do all of that. But the thing that I absolutely hate doing is cardio, because according to some people, they say that being on the treadmill actually makes you fat. But so like for me, I really hate being on a treadmill. That's correct, I know. But I know it's necessary for doing the Ironman. I have already done like the really tough obstacle races. I've done the Viper Challenge. I've done the Spartan race. I've done the Spartan Beast. And I think like the next thing naturally for me to like conquer is the Ironman. Okay, so like I have signed up for my swimming classes. I've done all that. And I've committed to my cardio session and my regime to it. Now, why am I sharing with you this? You might think, Peng Joon, why are you telling me all this? I thought I signed up for this coaching session to learn about internet marketing. I'm starting off this session to share with you the importance of having a regime and the importance of knowing that not seeing results instantly is all part of the plan. Okay, I think that's so crucial for every single person to understand. Understand that when we go to the gym, and if we have an intense training at the gym for 2 full hours and we look at ourselves in the mirror, guess what's going to happen? We're going to look in the mirror and we're going to notice that we got no results. Then the next day we go back to the gym and we're going to train equally as hard in 2 hours in the gym, and we look at ourselves when we're naked in front of the mirror, what's going to happen? We're going to realize that we got no results. Now, if we were to base our results, our current results based on our accomplishments, we'll realize that it can be very demotivating. And I say that online marketing is the same thing, okay? But here's what I can tell you is that if you show up to the gym every single day, and even though you're not seeing the result it's instantly, but you are doing the training, you're putting in the work, and you're being disciplined, one day you will see the results. And that is how I think about nearly every single thing that I do in life. Same thing for the gym. Same thing for internet marketing. Same thing with speaking. You could be doing all these different things right now, but you might not be seeing the results instantly, because that is exactly how it works. Okay, so do the work, show up, and I am very excited for you guys being here. Okay, so let's talk about today's session. Okay, so today's session, in the last few sessions, we've been talking about proven presentations, but right now what I want to do is I want to take some real life samples, case studies, and you guys can let me know in a comment as well if you feel that there's like a certain piece that you want to cover. But as always, I will always give priority to those of you that actually submitted the homework to my team so that we can take a look at it. Okay, so learn it through them and find motivation in taking action, because you can be like them and be in a hot seat if you are taking action. The first person I want to take a look at, okay, so Jason's not here. He submitted his homework, but he's doing a live webinar. Next person, Harm. Hey, Harm, I noticed that your video is not on, but are you there right now? Okay, we'll wait for him to come back, and we'll put his stuff up later. Okay, next person.
Good.
Oh wait.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Harm. How are you doing?
I'm great, and you?
I'm good. Good. Is your video working?
I'm not sure because I'm on my mobile now, so I'm looking start video. Maybe it's working, and it's. It says unable to access camera. Allow Zoom to access your camera device settings. I'll try it in here. So, but I already completed 4 funnels now. I'm on a roll.
You are on a roll. Okay, so let's take a look at some of your funnels. Okay, I'm going to share my
Okay. Yeah.
open up some links, and then I'll give you
Yeah.
feedback. And as always, guys, if I'm coaching somebody, learn it through them, because just like you, they didn't have a funnel a while back, and now they do because they took action. Okay, so let me start off by opening a few links that you sent over to my team, and then
Okay.
we will begin. Okay, so are you able to see my screen right now?
I'm trying to look into my settings to activate the camera, but it's not working. So I try to.
Hey Harm, I think I missed.
This is my funnel product. Which I.
Hey Harm, I don't know if it's you or me, but I can't really hear you. You're coming in like 3 seconds and then disconnecting.
Sorry. So.
Your connection isn't that great, but I don't know if it's me being here in Japan. Can you guys let me know in the chat if it's Peng Joon or if it's Harm or if it's both of us having our connection really bad, so that I know like what to fix.
I can hear you now at this time, but you were breaking up a bit. But
oh, it's Harm. Okay.
Yeah, is it me?
Okay. They say it's you, but you seem
okay
better right now. Okay. It's all good. Okay. So like, kind of stay in that spot right now.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my PLF funnel after people register for the webinar funnel, and if they showed up or not, they will automatically join the PLF funnel, for which I made 3 value videos using the proven concepts you used. And after that's the 4th, the sales video so to help people to make the decision and show up for my 3-day coaching event.
Perfect. Okay, so who's Jerry Aarons?
He's a friend of mine. He has a Vimeo account, which I could use, so I could upload the video very fast. But maybe it's a better idea to have my own Vimeo account thing.
You could do that, or hide this thing so that people can actually click on it. That brings them to Vimeo. Okay, so change the settings.
Okay, because otherwise they will take golf.
Correct. Yeah. Okay, so this is good.
Yeah.
So you got a social proof in here. You've got trade. Wow. Okay, okay. My only feedback for this is, and this is for all of you, it's that when you build a funnel, try to make it so that at 100% zoom in, they don't need to scroll. There's no scrolling. Okay, so what that means is either cut out your bullet points. Okay, I don't know what this says, so I can't really tell like what's pertinent. But I'm guessing this says that this video will only be up for the next 48 hours. Is that correct? Harm, are you there? Okay, I'm going to stop my share for a second because I think Harm disconnected. Wait. He seemed to have muted his mic. I can't. Hey, Harm, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, Harm, I need you to get to a proper
Wi-Fi
before I put you back on, because right now it's really laggy on your end. Okay, Harm, I'm afraid I have to mute you because it's really laggy right now. I suggest you going on a line where there is a decent connection speed, so that I could give you that feedback on that funnel that you have. Okay, so please go ahead and do that. And then after that, I will put you back on after.
Hey, Peng Joon,
hey.
Can you hear me? I connected my iMac, so I'm now on a steady line.
Okay, nice. Okay, great. Okay, perfect. Okay, so my first feedback, okay? Let me just go back to the funnel, okay?
Yeah.
First feedback is this. Do you know right now what is your opt-in rate for this page here?
Not yet. I didn't check the stats yet because I didn't have enough traffic yet. I was first focusing now on the front end funnel, and and there are the stats are better. I think because I didn't check this yet because it's only a few hundred visits at this time.
Okay, so a good benchmark to aim for a page like this is approximately 40%. 40% is when you know you're doing well. Okay. So what makes a very, very good, powerful thing is is this. Okay. So right now, what I would like to see on the image, which will make a very big difference, is that if there's something that is compelling, like, so right now it's saying stuff that people already know. It's like it's saying your website name over here, which to me is a waste of prime real estate, right? So think of it as you have a piece of real estate over here, and this is prime land. Yeah. And right now on your prime land, you just kind of wasted it on your website name and something video training. What does this first word mean?
It's free.
Okay, free video training. Okay, so like free video training, I want to know what is the benefit. Free video training is just the modality. Okay, I want to know like what will I get? What's the result that I will generate if I were to give you my name and email? Okay, so that's how you make it more compelling, which is like 5 secrets to benefit result. Okay, so that's the first thing to change. Number 2 is I want to shorten your copy a little bit so that a page like this doesn't require scrolling, so that it is just like, so for example, right, internetincomeintensive.com, this is an opt-in page, and this page here converts at about 40+%. Okay, so right now this thing, now over here, there's a reason why I use this image. This image is because it's like, it kind of explains itself. It's like build a money machine, and then I use these colorful images in here to show that there's 5 things and I covered it. Yeah. Okay, and at the same time, I made the copy short enough so that there's no scrolling. See, it's just like that. Yeah. Okay. So try to make it so that it's shortened so that it's just 1 page to increase your opt-in rate. So in the next coaching session, I would like to know what your numbers are for your opt-in rate so that we can improve upon it. Perfect. Perfect. It's very, very helpful. Great. So the next thing, which I will look at, let's take a look at your free plus shipping funnel. Okay. Yeah. So first of all, let me just give some insight for everybody that's on this call. So for all of you that's on this call right now, one of the most basic things you have to be doing is what Harm just did in the previous funnel, which is to have a page that captures somebody's name and email address. Okay, that's something all of you should have done by now. And hopefully when you've done it, please send it to my team so that we can review it together to really make sure that the numbers are at least 40%. Okay, the next thing that we're looking at right now for Harm, this is basically a free plus shipping funnel. I do not recommend a free plus shipping funnel unless you have done what Harm has done, which he has done a webinar funnel, he has done an opt-in funnel, and now he's doing a free plus shipping funnel. Okay, but this is really understanding marketing and how you can apply it for your business. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, Harm. Yeah. So I just came to the page and I'm straight away getting this pop over. What is this pop over telling me to do?
It gives you the possibility to order the free book. I made a book and I also made an ebook out of it and an audio book. So I give a package, an offer of three products. and people only have to cover the ship and the handling of €1.47. So it's a very low entry. I have about a conversion of 13.58% on this this page. And after that, I have then the opt-in for 9% and the second opt-in for 17%. So I have a total average cart value of €6.42, which covers my all my costs on the front end. So I've free leads. I even make some money on the front end. And what I did, because I'm still writing on my own book, which takes a lot of time, as you know. And what I did, I translated the book from P.T. Barnum, from the and I translated it in Dutch, and it's in the how do you call it? You don't have to pay for the copyright.
Yep.
Because it's in the public domain.
Yep.
And that's why you can translate it in Dutch and give people a lot of value, because it is a best-selling book. It's very valuable, and I can help a lot of people by the information in there, because it's written in 1880. So a lot of people in Holland cannot understand the English.
Okay, pause 1 second. Okay, pause 1 second. Okay, so first thing to understand. So notice what Harm did. Okay, so you want something in public domain. So if you go to Gutenberg .com, .org. Okay, if you go to Gutenberg.org, this is for all of you. Okay, if you go to Gutenberg, that's GUTENBERG.org, you will see that every book that was published before a certain date, all those things are public domain. That means you can actually take them and recreate them and repurpose them and sell them and be 100% legal and compliant and ethical. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what does this mean for you? So what Harm did is he got something that's public domain. He translated to Dutch. But here's the next thing that I want to show you. Okay. So, Emmanuel, let me just put that in here. Gutenberg.org. Okay, that's the link. Okay, so the thing I want you to start thinking about is how do you, and you hear me say this all the time, right? How do you take something that is red ocean and turn it into blue ocean? So what you've effectively done is the first step in making it slightly more blue ocean, which is the value that you added is translation. Okay, now, so the question now would be, and this is something that if you watch Shark Tank, the guy from Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, would say, so what is stopping me from coming in right now and getting a translator and hire him for $300 and to do exactly what you just did? Okay, so that's what that guy would say. Okay, which is really what it is that you offer right now. Okay, you offered a translation service on a book, which is a good starting step. But now let's think about how we can make this a blue ocean in the red ocean. Okay, because right now you are selling that thing for way, way too cheap. Did you say €1.50, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so one of the things what we need to do now is to think about how can we turn this into at least a $50 offer. Okay? How can we do that? So let's think about like the stack. What are the different components to create? Okay, so let's begin with this. Why did you choose P.T. Barnum? Is this related to your core offer after?
Not really.
Okay.
No, I was in the 30-day challenge from Russell Brunson, where you also wrote a part of the book, and he had the example of P.T. Barnum, and I thought this is a very interesting book because it's all about making money. So I ordered the book as well, and it's also very interesting because of the movie which is showing right now, and it shows the life of P.T. Barnum. So, and I was very inspired by the life of P.T. Barnum. So that's why I took the book and I translated this. Because I needed something very quick, so I can use it as a free plus shipment. And instead of writing my book, which takes too much time for me, so I'm still writing on this. I'm planning to have it finished in about 1 month. So then I have something for the next month to use for my free plus shipment offer.
Okay, so the good news is I know you're an action taker. Okay,
yeah.
Just by hearing that alone, I know you're somebody that takes action. So that's the good news. Now, the thing that when it comes to creating funnels is that it must all work in synergy with each other. Like I know based on the coaching session that we did a couple of months back, I know that you have a webinar funnel that has made money that's in the trading market.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, a free plus shipping offer or a low ticket offer is actually very, very hard to make money. The whole purpose of these type of free plus shipping funnels is for you to acquire leads, particularly buyer leads for free. That's the whole purpose of it all. To actually make money on selling books, I can tell you firsthand, it is not easy. So some of you might have seen my ads, my funnels for content multiplier and like platform closing. We've done more than $500,000 in sales on just those front-end funnels. But I can tell you the big money is not in selling those books. It is in taking the leads that's targeted for those books and moving and ascending them to the next thing, which is either high ticket or recurring. That is where the real money is. So the way I want you to think about this front-end funnel is that it's only worth it and scaling it, not as a money maker, but as a method to acquire and build your list for free.
Exactly.
Okay? So what I want you to do is that I want you to be able to think about how you can either relate this into your existing thing or to build the next thing they need, which could be something on entrepreneurship for this audience. Okay. And to make that happen, there's a few changes that we need to make. Okay. Number one, we need to tweak your offer so that you're not operating in a red ocean. Because just by saying, I've translated the P.T. Barnum book is not sufficient. Okay. We need to make it so that it's compelling. Like, oh, wow, you're the only person in the world that has done this. Okay? Translating is not sufficient. Okay. So let's take a look at the offer again. Okay. Let's take a look at the offer. So I'm looking at a sales page right now. What do these images have to do with P.T. Barnum?
More with me than with P.T. Barnum. So it basically gives authority to me because of because I translated the book, and I also want to pitch myself a bit for the one-time offer and the second one-time offer. I'm giving some in the rest of the funnel.
Okay. So walk me through what is your first one-time offer and what is your second one-time offer.
Okay. What I can do, I give you the URLs.
Okay. Put it here.
I'll put them here in the Zoom.
Okay.
Let me see.
Okay. So is that
this is the first one to offer?
Okay. Is this the sales video or is this just a placeholder?
Let me see if I can, because I cannot see your screen.
Wait. Let me share it again. Okay. Is this? Okay. First of all, let's take away the pop-up. Okay, that's the second thing you need to do. So right now they're on the page and now they're trying to think, and then there's too many things going on. So the next thing you need to change is take away this popover.
It's an exit pop-up.
Yeah. But I didn't try to exit it though. I just clicked on the thing.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Is this you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So, okay, this is a pretty long form copy. What does this say?
It gives people the opportunity to invest for 27 euros. They get a package where they can do an online training to learn investing. They get a lot of extra video training on top of it. So it's a complete offer where they can get a lot of value, so they can learn invest themselves.
Okay, so I want you to notice kind of what's happening right now. Okay, a good upsell, and this is for all of you. A good upsell is when we can show them what is the next thing. So I want you to kind of notice the different vehicles we're putting them on. When they come in, we're telling them, P.T. Barnum, okay, he's one of the greatest entrepreneurs that ever lived, and there are a lot of different marketing business principles that you learn from him. And downside is that it's in English, but I've translated for you, but now you can get the book. Okay, so they're getting in there. Now, once they got in, it should be the next thing, right? The next thing now is you're pitching a thing on trading, and there's nothing wrong with that, but the congruency is very important. Now, the only downside is I don't know what your sales page says, and I don't know what the sales video says. But based on the numbers, I know that there's a big disconnect. You mentioned that your OTO, what's your conversion rate on your OTO1?
The OTO1, let me see, is 9%.
Okay, so a 9% on $27 is way too low. And the reason why it's too low is because of the disconnect in the messaging. Okay. So yeah. There needs to be this bridge. It will be like, now that you have learned this, what's the next problem that is created that needs to be fulfilled? Okay. So it needs to be, okay, I've never read the book on P.T. Barnum, but let's say it's about, okay, give me like 1 or 3 principles, then I'll be able to make that connect.
It's a very thin book, so you should read it. It's only a few pages, but it's very, very valuable.
Okay, what's the main principle?
The main principle is to save more money than you spend. And that you have to give value to all people, and your business always has to do with integrity. Those are 3. He has I think about 21 principles, but those are things that resonate the most with me.
Okay. So what I would like you to do is, out of 21 different principles, I would like you to take 3 principles that resonate with stock trading.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is that your system does. Okay.
Yeah.
So it would be, okay, so now that you've read P.T. Barnum's book, now that you've gotten access to book, one of the things that you're going to discover is that it's got all these different principles. Now, while the book is great, and it talks about all these different mindset and the way to look about it, to think about, what it doesn't cover is the steps and the methodology to make it happen. And now that you've understood the principles and the mindset, the next thing that you'll need to do is to put it into action. Now, out of all the different vehicles out there, I want to share with you why stock trading is actually the platform that actually meets all of the different principles that he talks about, right? It will show you definitely how to save more money than you spend. It will teach you a step-by-step strategy on how to conduct your business in a way that has an integrity, right? It is, talk about all different things in synergy. Now, what makes the most important thing of an offer, especially the one-time offer, is that congruence from before to the next thing. Now, the only reason why you are experiencing a 9% conversion, which is very low, is because of that lack of congruence. So what I would like to do is, first of all, I would consider doing two things on your front end.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, it is either you increase your price significantly so that
Mm-hmm.
it's approximately $10 to $15 and you give
Mm-hmm.
them the physical thing, or number two, you give it away as free
Mm-hmm.
so that more people will opt in, so that more people will see your one-time offer. Putting in that 150 barrier is not a good thing to do. Either you
No.
put it at $10 so that it's kind of significant enough to cover some of your advertising cost, because the 150 will make no difference. So it's either you make it $10 or you give it out for free.
Yeah, great advice.
Okay. What is your second one-time offer?
My second, let me check. It's, let me see. I think it's, well, I didn't have it here because I'm already building my fifth funnel right now. So I'm getting a little bit confused with all the URLs.
Okay. Okay, guys, I want all of you to listen to this, okay? Harm, while it's really, really good that you're taking action right now, one thing that you're doing is something I used to do a lot. I get excited about all these new ideas and I'm moving on to something new before the last one is kind of like really solid and really, really make. I want you to be able to blow up the things that is your core offer first before moving on to the next thing. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay,
because Peng Joon, I was thinking,
yes.
if I have this front end funnel break even, then I have all the contacts, and after that, so right now I am happy with the results. When I look at, because I spend about €6 for the book and I make €6 on the book. So maybe that's a wrong mindset, but that's because when I have the email addresses for free, after that I can scale them in the next funnel. So for me that was a checkbox and move on to the next funnel. Because I got also one. I don't know if you read it in the first story of the book from the 30-day challenge. It is a concept where you can give away something and use the ads in newspapers. So you can give away something and collect the email addresses and share them with all the advertisers. And that's a concept I am doing now for the fifth, because there I can think maybe I can have between 10,000 and 100,000 email addresses for free, because I then give away. I can give you the URL here as well. Let's see, it's win.leggen.
Okay, so Harm, what you said is 100% true. If there's a strategy to be able to acquire leads for free, it's a win. And I acknowledge that win. Okay, it's great that you did that. Your next thing now is to either blow this existing one up bigger, okay, and make sure it's autopilot running on its own through its Facebook ads before moving on to the next funnel and really making the most out of this. Okay. So I want to be able to help you make it so that at least an average cart value on a funnel, on a front end funnel like this, at the minimum, it should be minimum $35. Like that's the bare minimum, because I know firsthand that if you want to acquire a customer for a free plus shipping thing, I know it's approximately $25, give or take, right? Of course, it depends on the country, how good the ad is and all of that. So the minimum, the average cart value of a front-end funnel should be approximately $35. And the only way to make it $35 or more, so like platform closing right now is about $50 for me. Content multiplier formula is about 90 on the front end, not including my recurring. If I use my recurring, it's easily about 200. Okay, So I can afford to be very, very aggressive with my ads only because the average cart value of my numbers are there. Now, what does this mean for you and for the rest of listening to this? It means that all of the different parts of the funnel has to be optimized so that the conversions are there. Okay, so that, okay, so what that means right now is I want to be able, and I think the way to do it right now with your existing funnel, from what I hear, I would, how hard is it for you? I want to make it a win for you fast. Okay, so to me, it's always like the low-hanging fruit. How hard or easy it is if you were to convert it into a physical book and have somebody to ship it in Europe for you?
Well, it is. I made it a physical book and translated it.
Oh, so it's already physical right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's already physical right now, I would do what I do, which is, hey, I've already covered the cost of printing and translating and doing all this, and all I'm asking of you is to cover the cost of shipping, which is $7.95. I would use that.
That's exactly, but it isn't Dutch, so you don't understand what the page says. But it is exactly that. The people only have to cover the shipping and handling cost, and I ship them the physical book.
Okay, great. So what I would want to do then, maybe if you only, since you only do in that country, in your country, make it like $4.95. Okay? $4.95. $4.95 is fair. Because like $7.95 is where, you know, you'll get people coming in saying, oh, wait, the book is free, but it's $8 for shipping. I'm pretty sure, you know, it's a lot lower than that. And of course it is. But the thing is, people don't take into account the cost of printing and fulfillment and warehousing, all of that. Okay. So you want to cut all of those comments out. You put it at $4.95. It is a no-brainer. Okay.
I did it. Until yesterday, and because of the Black Friday, I cut the cost from four and a half euros to €1.5.
Oh, so right. So it's only because of Black Friday.
Black Friday offer, yeah.
Do you know what is your front end conversion right now? I need to know this number.
Not today. I haven't checked because I checked until yesterday. And then I had the conversion of around 14%.
On this $1.50?
No, that was for €4.94.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while the conversion rate is high, it's not bad. That's actually pretty good. Like I know firsthand that my numbers on the front end is approximately like 10%. So your numbers are good. Okay. I just want you to be able to stick to the price point. But most importantly, so like if you've got a front end covered, this is where we're doing a funnel tweak right now, right? Your OTO, your first one-time offer. Tweak the messaging so that it really relates back to remember why they're seeing that thing.
Exactly.
Okay? What does your explainer video say right now? Because like it's a doodle sketch and all of that. What does it say right now?
It says that a lot of people they lose money, and it's because you have to take it up to with the big boys. So you are on your own and competing with the national team of soccer players, and guess who's going to win? Because you have to take up with the JP Morgans and the big banks, and what they win, you lose. So that is the takeaway. So if you want to invest and you take it up to the big boys, you have to have your strategy in place. You have a trainer, a coach, and that's what I give them with the training of the online course, so they can have their own strategy in place. And I give it practically for free for $27. So it's a really a no-brainer.
Okay. to further increase the thing, because I know that you already have that. Was it a $500 price product or is it $1,000?
Yeah, I tweet. I tested it. I do now the 3-day event for 497, and I also tried it at the price point of 997, but that didn't convert well. I had last week. I have a conversion of 50% in a webinar.
50.
50.
Well done.
So I tried to tweak it to 100%, but I'm heavy with 50% at this time, if I can do it consistently. So and what I want to do is I get people in the room, and then they can connect with me during the 3 days.
Okay. So my whole goal here is for all of you to be able to build a funnel so that you can put $1 in and $2 out, right? So that's all I'm about, right? Because I know that if any one of you can build this funnel where you can put $1 in, $2 out, that is pretty much the keys financial freedom. So for you, Harm, I want to be able to do that and to be able to scale it. So the next thing that you need to do is, because you already have that $500 product, I want you to be able to create that members area so that regardless of whether they, and if you've, I'm pretty sure you might have seen my funnel, but the way to do it, how I have such high numbers for average cart value is because the moment whether they buy or not, okay, if you only bought the book, in that video where you welcome them in the members area, you have to say this. It's going to be, hey, it's Harm here, and I want to congratulate you for ordering this book. Now, here's the thing. Depending on where you stay, this book might take up to 1 week for it to actually reach your doorstep. So rather than wait 1 week, I want to start your training right now. So you're going to stand next to a flip chart. You're going to stand for the flip chart, and you're going to use proven presentations, the entire script, and tell your story, teach them 3 things, go through the stack, and sell your $500 program in that video. But the way it's positioned is that video is the welcome video. Now, this changed everything for me, okay? So this is where you're going to stand in front of flip chart, and you're going to position it away, okay? So remember, it's not a webinar, it's not nothing. It's let's start your training right now. And that training, you're going to give them great value, okay? Maybe even link it back to P.T. Barnum so that it resonates with why they bought the book, okay? So let's start your training right now. When you receive this book, you're going to realize that P.T. Barnum, what changed his life was because he talked about 21 different principles. Now, out of all those different principles, I want to share with you why, if you utilize all these principles, it all points down to doing what it is that. So let's take a look at all these different vehicles that actually fits this description. Okay, so you talk about all these different things, and it will lead to why stocks and why, why it is the vehicle of your choice. Okay, but the most important thing right now for you, Harm, is to find that congruence in messaging so that it makes sense that it's the next thing. Okay, that's really it. And to show you like why this is so huge for me is, so all of you know that I started out in selling World of Warcraft products, right? When I started selling a World of Warcraft products, I didn't know back then, but my first product was World of Warcraft, and my one-time offer, okay, it was crazy, but one of my first ever one-time offers I created was, here's how you can make money on internet marketing while playing World of Warcraft. And I thought like it would convert. I thought like, naturally, why wouldn't people want to play World of Warcraft, make money, right? And my one-time offer for that converted about 2%. And I was super happy with 2%, okay?
Yeah.
And it was only until months later when I converted it to the next thing they needed to do in World of Warcraft, that's when my conversion rate shot up to like 35%. And that was when I told myself like, whoa. So that's what makes a good one-time offer. It is the next thing that they need.
Yeah.
Okay. So as long as you have that bridge.
Yeah.
And to give you one more example, it would be, it's always the next thing. Okay.
Yep.
Why does content multiplier formula have such a high average cart value? It's because, number one, think about it, okay? So here is a 9-step system to systematize social media. It's in this book. Get this book for free. All you need to do is cover shipping. Okay. Now, once they do that, what is the next thing they need? The next thing they need is, okay, so now that you've learned the outline, let me deep dive into each specific step. But much more than that, let me show you how I built a team around it, how I hired my virtual assistants, the job description I put out, what it looks like on the Trello card, so that you can systematize this process and get other people do it for you. Because that's the next thing you need, right? Getting other people to do the work for you.
Yeah.
Now, once you learn that, what is the next thing you need to happen? That's where OTO2 comes in. Okay, now that you've learned the system and who the people are in your team, you got two main choices. You can either now do it yourself and have your team do it for you, or your next option would be to have my team do the heavy lifting for you. This is where we're going to send you the quote cards, the designs, the ad of the month to show you how to monetize it, because that's the next thing that you need, right? So it's not more of the same thing. It is the next thing you need. And this goes for all of you. What is the next thing they need after they've bought that thing? Now, the only exception to this rule is if you are in the world of selling supplements. It's proven. In the world of selling supplements, the thing that converts best is to sell them more of the same supplements. That is the only exception to the rule. Okay, that's proven. But other than that market, it is always selling the next. That is how you build a funnel that has got an extremely high average cart value. And with a high average cart value, why is that important? It determines how much you can pay to acquire a customer when it comes to running your ads. How much did you say your average cart value is right now?
It is, let me check, €6.42.
Okay, now €6.42, I can tell you that you can't be overly aggressive with the ads, because what it means is that, can you acquire a customer? Yeah, if they're hot, if they're warm, if they know who you are, if they like P.T. Barnum, all of that, okay?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if you like, for example, I know firsthand, if you try to advertise this to a Robert Kiyosaki crowd, it will not make money, because it will cost you approximately $20 to acquire a customer from a Robert Kiyosaki crowd. So how do you make it profitable so that you can advertise to a Robert Kiyosaki crowd that will cost you $20 to acquire a customer for this, is if you make that customer worth $50 rather than $6. Okay, that is what all of you, like, I believe that at the end of it all of us here, our main roles is to do two things. Two things really. Number one is, how do we make each customer worth a lot more? And that is through our funnels, through our offers.
Yeah.
Okay. And on the other hand of the equation is, how are we able to acquire a customer for less? And that is how we write the ads. That is how we target the right people and do our retargeting. At the end of it all, is just these two forces in play. How do we acquire a customer for less? How do we make that same person worth more? And when we are able to do that, that is the license to printing money. It's just those two things. Okay, so Harm, for you, your role right now is, before you move on to your next great funnel, I want you to be able to tweak this funnel so that this funnel gives you an average cart value of $35. $35 gives you a lot of leeway to make mistakes with your ads, to be very aggressive with your ads, and to do all that. Because once you do that, I know that you'll be able to acquire customers for free. Okay?
Yeah.
So do you have a clear thing on what to do? Okay, so to summarize for you, Harm, before I move on, it will be this. So your to-do list. Number one, in your thank you page, change it so that you do a full-fledged webinar over there. Teach them for a good 1 hour and then propose the $500 thing.
Yeah.
Okay? Number two is two options. I would test it. Okay. I would one day give out the ebook for free versus physical copy, just cover shipping at $4.95.
Yeah.
Okay. try both. I think you might be surprised with what the outcome is. I actually can't speculate which is better, but I'm always leaning towards free plus shipping. So, but I will try out both. Okay, that's the next. Number three, the third thing to do is to change your one-time offer so that the message is congruent with PT Barnum more. Bring in more PT Barnum and how it relates to your offer. Same thing with your second one-time offer. Make it about, now that you've learned this is the next problem you're going to face. Okay, will you do that? I promise you'll be able to bring up your numbers to at least 5 times more, to $35 average cart value. Perfect.
This is very, very valuable, Peng Joon. Thank you very much.
Okay, my pleasure. Okay, thank you, Harm. Okay, next person, I want to bring in because I know I want to kind of cover more stuff. Okay, so Emmanuel, okay, I know that you've been really, really enthusiastic and you've been doing a ton of stuff. I've been watching you as well. Okay, so Emmanuel,
hello.
I have your
What's up?
slides over here with me. Walk me through your main bottleneck right now.
I wouldn't really call it a bottleneck.
Okay.
It's just the feeling of, is this good enough sort of thing. And I think I've had enough experience in business to know that the best thing to do is just to launch it. But
okay,
because of my personality, I would consider myself quite a perfectionist person. So I really find it quite difficult, I guess, to put something together and be okay to put that in front of someone else for them to put money down.
I learned this, I think, from my dad. Okay. To answer the question if it's good enough. I think all of us ask that question, if it's good enough. When do we know if it's good enough? And I say that my dad told me that it's good enough when we are proud of it. Are you proud of it?
I know it could always be improved, but for the work that I put into it, for the experience I have in internet marketing, I'm proud of it. Yes.
Okay. If you're proud of it, then it's good enough. Okay, that to me is the ultimate test. It's if you're proud of it, then it's good enough. Put it out there and then make the improvements. Okay. What more can you ask from yourself if you're already proud of the work and what you've done? Okay. If you're proud of it, put it out there. Okay. Then only can you start getting numbers and feedback, because ultimately the market dictates with their credit cards. Okay.
Okay.
So your webinar right now, I notice you've got your webinar room, you've got your thing. Okay, the only thing that, okay, so let me just kind of share with you. So I'm looking at your webinar page right now. Let me just kind of show it to everybody. Okay, so I'm looking at your webinar page right now. And it's this, okay? So right now there is a huge change in the autoplay of videos. With a Google Chrome update a while back, videos on YouTube and Vimeo does not autoplay anymore. So that is why when it comes to this page, people can see it's a pre-recorded YouTube video, okay? To go about this, if you take a look at all of my...
I'm aware that you use Wistia.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what you want to be doing. Okay.
Yeah. So I
because,
uploaded it on YouTube because I'm just trying to get feedback from it. And then I was going to pay for my Wistia account. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So, yes. So use Wistia if you want your videos to autoplay. It makes a big difference in terms of conversion. Harm, this will go for you, be applicable for you as well when it comes to having videos. Okay, so okay, back to your webinar funnel. So is it correct to say that your, okay, let me just kind of show you. So is it correct to say that you've not launched this yet?
Yes. Not launched.
So over here, I'm not sure why it says like click to.
Imagine this. You've just finished a long day at work. You head into the gym, you do an hour's worth of cardio, and you head home, and your spouse approaches you
one
and says,
second,
"Honey, how was your day?" Now, at this point, you are absolutely dead tired, and you fall.
Okay, a couple of things. Number one, okay, you must let them at least pause the video. I couldn't pause the video, and so this is when, you know, if people can't pause it, it becomes irritating because like the only way to stop the video playing is to exit it. Okay, so enable pause, make it so that it autoplays as well. Okay, but, and this is what you want to test, but in nearly every single test that I've done, there are some exceptions to the rule, but having no video on a webinar invite page has led to a higher registration rate than having a video. But with ClickFunnels, it's a super easy test, right? So one day have a video up there, another way create a variation of a page where there's no link, and just kind of notice the registration rate. As always, a good registration rate is about approximately 40%. If you can get 40%, great. But the numbers are declining across the board for everybody all the time because people are, you know, seeing that, you know, webinars are getting more and more competitive. But what I would like you to do is I want you to start getting people into the funnel, because until you actually get some numbers in, right now we're just speculating. Okay, of course I can tell you what are different things to change. But in terms of the languaging, okay, I think this is the key, okay? Weight loss is one of the most frowned upon niches on Facebook. When you start running ads, be very careful with your languaging. Do not make specific promises like burn belly fat in 12 weeks without putting it on. In fact, what I would do as well is I would change the languaging on your landing page, because Facebook does scan this. They can see that this is the page that you are sending them to. So here's the trick, okay? Weight loss is one of the things that you might want to have it in your video. So they're not going to have like a real person watch your video in most cases. So what I would do is make sure all these things on your text is compliant, but you can say in your video. So in this webinar, I'm going to show you how you can burn stubborn belly fat in 12 weeks without putting it back on. So that's fine if you say in a video, but it's not cool with Facebook because they will have bots that will scan your page for these type of languaging. So change your languaging so that it's not these type of specific promises in time frame. Okay, so you could say, so rather than this is a promise of result, okay, so it could be free webinar training reveals the 3 secrets to little known belly fat techniques that most people are unaware of. Okay, that would be compliant. Okay, so I'm trying to be as compliant as I can. Okay, so this is good. Okay, like why endless cardio and a time poor client. 10 hours of exercise into how our time poor client have turned 10 hours worth of exercise into just 3. Okay, so like I had to read it twice to really understand it. I would say like secret number 3, like why 25-minute workouts are actually a lot more effective than 2-hour gruesome workouts. Right? Then in bracket would be discover what these movements are. Something like that. So it's like it's answering objection, which is not, but without having them to like read it twice.
Yep.
Another thing that I would like you to explore, and this for all of you, is basically the funnel that I am working on right now. I know firsthand that next year in Funnel Hacking Live, the talk will be about challenge funnels. Okay, just mark my words. It will be about one of them. Somebody, probably Russell, will be talking about challenge funnels. And right now, challenge funnels are the thing. So I am launching a challenge funnel right now. And I believe that all of you can think of a challenge for your market or your industry. Now, 30days.com was a launch. There was actually a challenge. So the hook was, if I were to start all over again, what would I do? That's a hook. After you registered for the thing, you actually, for the live summit, which was free, the next thing you got was the offer to get this book for $100, which I wrote a chapter in. And then as part of the book, because the book is just a book, you had a challenge called the One Funnel Away Challenge. Okay. And that challenge, which was $100, did over $1 million in like 2 weeks. Okay. Now, I can tell you that when this thing is revealed in funnel hacking, you'll see challenge funnels everywhere. Okay. And challenge funnels will be the new webinars. Okay. So before the public does it, before the rest of the world does it, and this is an idea for all of you, is you'll see my challenge funnel in like 3 weeks from now. That's when we go live. But I want you to think about if you can issue a challenge for your community. Right? People have seen webinars like crazy. They've seen all these pitches like crazy, but challenges, that's new. Okay. I want you to think about, so like fitness, it's easy, right? The challenge to do, I don't know, 30 burpees a day. That could be a challenge for 21 days. But you want to make it like unique, right, to your method, so that what makes a challenge powerful is when you ascend them to the next thing. Okay. But basically, same thing. The whole purpose of it is to be able to acquire customers for free. Okay. So this, I would say this is applicable for nearly every market. So whether you're in stocks or trading like Harm, it could be like notice, so like for me, what I'm a fan of is I am a fan of looking at things that's working in the market and bringing it to a different market, right? Looking at something that's proven in the market and bringing it to a different market. That's how you model what works. So think about how you could utilize the same thing. If I lost everything and I would start all over again, what would I do in the stocks market? What would I do in the Forex market? What would I do in the e-commerce market? If I had to start all over again in my fitness journey, and if I was really, really unhealthy and unfit and I haven't worked out in the last 5 years, what would I do if I were to start all over again? So welcome to the 21-day challenge, where it takes 21 days to actually create a new habit. And that's what, this challenge is all about. So it could be a free challenge, but I don't like free challenges because we all know that if people don't pay, they're not paying attention. Okay. So you want to have something $50, $100. I'm always taking a look at what other people are doing, right? So you take a look at like Garrett White. So Garrett White's this guy who's in personal development. He's like a little bit crazy, but that's his market, right? So you've seen him do his events. He trains only men. And I've seen images of him in front of like 1,000 people in his underwear, training people, right? So he's a little bit, and people love that. Okay. Now you take a look at he has also done tens of millions of dollars online. And what he has done is he's removed all of his funnels. And if you want to access his $10,000 programs, you have to go through his 30-day, he calls it the King's Kit Challenge, where it all begins with a challenge as well. Okay. So I want to end this session today by sharing with you the thing that I'm working on. So I'm working on a challenge funnel. You'll be able to see it come to fruition in about 3 weeks from now. But I want you to be able to see it unfold so that you can get it firsthand from me before it goes out to the world, so that you can see how you can model or copy, if you choose to, the same elements in my marketing for you. Okay, so the next thing that I'm rolling out right now is a challenge funnel, and it's basically turning something that is red ocean, which is videos, into blue ocean. I'll reveal that in our next session when we talk about offers and challenges. Okay, I want to thank all of you for being here. As always, I'm always very, very grateful that you guys took the time out to be here. I'm always constantly thinking about you and how I can serve you at the highest level. I would really, really appreciate it if you post in the groups. I read all of the posts in terms of what you feel you want me to cover, the different things that you're stuck on, the things that you feel that if I talked about it, it will really help you. But most of all, submit your homework to my team. And again, my team will always prioritize high-level strategy with low-level tactical. Okay, so think about things that you want us to cover, submit to our team. I'm very excited for those of you that's taking action. I'm very excited for people like Jason that just did his live webinar. And I'm excited for you as well when you actually implement and create your funnel. I want to thank all of you for being here, and I will see you guys 2 weeks from now. Take care, everybody, and we will talk soon. Thanks.